Okay, part 2. Sorry about ending the other video. I just didn't know how long my screen recorder was last, and that was already going on for 40 minutes. But right after I stopped that one, I just started this one, so I have not stopped talking since. But yeah, let's start. He's not telling us something. Techno, he's not. No way he doesn't remember how he died, or where he lived, or his friends' names, or even his age. It's like he doesn't even want to leave. Don't say that, Techno. Tommy doesn't want to be a ghost. Nobody wants to be a ghost. We'll just keep looking. Pierce Vandersnap, Wilbur announces once they're in the house. Died somewhere in this house. Stories vary. The bathtub, his room, the basement, the dining room, pretty much everywhere and anywhere. So we don't have a location. Great. Phil sighs. I don't want it splitting up this time. If this activity has been taking place even during dimmer days, it could be bad for us. I can hear something. Techno murmurs. They're barely in the entrance hall. That's a bad sign. Like, dripping? Bathroom first, then! Wilbur exclaims cheerfully. We're all going into the bathroom together? Tommy snickers. Please don't be such an idiot. Techno begs. No promises. Let's try the upstairs bathroom, the one closest to what used to be his room. Wilbur leads the way, floor plans held out in front of him. See, if you start memorizing them... Techno starts. Shut up. The bathrooms they follow him to is plain. Seeing as people actually live in this house, it's exactly like a normal bathroom. No suspicious blood splatters or anything. It's louder. Techno winces. Not here, but close. Wilbur finishes. Yeah, I'm feeling the malaise. It's colder in here, Phil announces. Guys, can you see this? Techno asks. He's staring out at the hallway, not even looking in the bathroom. There's nothing out there. Wilbur shrugs. We were just there. There is, Tom responds. Blood. It's a trail. Leading from the bathroom to another room, as they watched more spots appear. The flow was heavier at first, slowly turning to drips. Tommy shudders. So it has no problems with the big group. Great, Techno complains. Why do we always get the strong ghost? Tommy, inexplicably, feels a pull to follow the blood. See where it leads. He gets to the hallway before snapping back to himself and stopping. That couldn't have been a ghost lock. Just him letting emotions control him. You're right, Tommy. We should go to the bedroom. But first, let's set up chains in the hallway. Already on it, Techno answers, standing inside a circle of thick metal chains. Phil nods approvingly. Let's do this, Wilbur exclaims, practically bouncing over to the door and laying his hand on the knob. When he turns it, a voice hits Tommy's ears. You're like me. Tommy flinches. Was that to you? Wilbur asks. Or me? I don't know. He lies. What did Pierce say? Phil asks. You're like me, Wilbur echoes for him. Apparently his repetition was a trigger, because the ghost speaks again. You understand. No. He doesn't understand. He really doesn't. Like, really fucking doesn't. What do we think the blood is from? Techno? Phil asks. Techno hasn't got in the room yet, so he hears perfectly. The door is ajar behind him, though, making Tommy uneasy. No idea. This was one of the common activities, though. You're sad. It is talking to you, Tommy, isn't it? Wilbur asks, head cocked. No, he denies. I don't know what it means by that. It wasn't talking to me. You're a ghost. Seems good enough for me. Techno jumps in quickly. Fear, cold and hot, races through him. It's similar to electricity, but not the same. This is deeper. Random fucking chance. There are 3 of us here! He spits out. Secret keeper. The ghost is getting louder. Stronger. Even Phil hears that one. And Tommy knows his listening is absolute shit. Secret keeping what? Exactly. You know, you've never told us how you died. What happened to your friends? You don't even have your age. Techno presses further, still monotone as always. I don't remember. The temperature must drop further because suddenly Tommy can see the breaths of the air around him. Maybe you don't. Or maybe you're lying to us. The way Techno says it definitely implies the latter. The latter is the truth, after all, if they knew how his friends died. And of course, knowing any of the three details he's so conveniently forgotten would clue them in onto who he is. What he's done. The fucking monster he is. I'm not saying you're lying, but Techno has a point, Phil says slowly. We haven't made any progress on your case, and we can't because we don't have all the details. It's an objective truth. We need facts to get this done. Techno waits expectantly, like Tommy is going to give him all the answers, which is strange because Tommy, sure as shit, isn't going to. No, Tommy says plainly, backing up. So what if I'm a fucking liar? That's my right to be one. I'm starting to think you don't want our help. Techno levers his even gaze at Tommy, unwavering. Techno. Wilbur remains, voice dangerously low. Shut up. No, you can't tell me. Techno! She snaps. I said shut up! You're being an asshole. Tommy is shaking, and he knows it, which is bad because they're in a goddamn ghost house, and he's making the ghost worse with every second that passes. Liars. Liars. All of us liars. Finally, Techno stays quiet. It's too late anyway. Tommy's backed himself onto the stairs. Tommy, Phil starts hesitantly. Tommy, we're not going to make you tell us anything. You have a right to privacy, and we'll respect it. Right, Technoblade? Wilbur asked pointedly. Right. For the first time, Tommy doesn't trust them. He backs up a bit more and steps down a single stair. It wasn't fleeing. It was dignified exiting. Come on, Toms. Just ghost hunting, Wilbur coaxes. It makes Tommy feel like a cornered animal, and, like all cornered animals, he panics. And he runs. Techno now will take the ghost. Will? He hears Phil instruct. You will be damned if you think you can stop me. Wilbur answers. Tommy ducks into the first place he can think of, the kitchen. He crouches behind the counter, silently hoping Wilbur won't find him here. I have to plug in my computer. So sorry. Toms, please. I'm not going to make you talk. I just want to know that you're okay. Tommy stays silent. This is a familiar dance, one he's done countless times. Stay silent. Stick to dark shadows. Suddenly, feet are in front of him, and he looks up somewhat shamefully. Dickhead Wilbur finding him. Without hesitation, Wilbur crouches down in front of him. A hand grabs his own and squeezes. The contact is so foreign that his mind practically resets. When was the last time he experienced physical contact? For months he's been a ghost, and before that, well, the contact isn't unwelcome. I've always loved sitting on the floor, Wilbur remarks casually. Tommy blinks at him. What? The floor. It's nice, right? Well, this floor is dirty as fuck. Wilbur laughs. It really is. Who keeps their floors this dirty? Tommy pauses, hesitating on his next words. Not that he ever admits that. You really aren't pissed at me? No, Wilbur answers immediately. And neither are Techno and Phil. But Techno, we'll talk about it later, okay? Fuck Techno for now. Don't tell him I said that, though. He'll put ears in my room again. Tommy finally laughs, shoulders slumping. 17. He speaks. What? Wilbur's eyes go wide. I'm 17. I died on my birthday, so by a fucking technicality, I'm stuck hours before 17. But I'm 17. Wilbur squeezes his hand tightly, closing his eyes for a moment. You're 16? I just told you 17! Tommy, that doesn't make it better. Source is secured. Everything okay? Phil asks, walking into the kitchen. Tommy and Wilbur both pop up from behind the counter. Phil's hair is wild, like the wind messed it up. Yeah. Wilbur grins, standing and bringing Tommy with him. Tommy and I will take it to the furnaces. If you want. Phil gives them both a long look that Tommy doesn't know how to read. Be careful. Why, when aren't we? Wilbur asked. Don't even get me started. Just be careful. Phil leaves the source on the counter but pauses. And I'll talk to Techno. Don't worry. With that, he leaves. Presumably to go wherever Techno is. Can you wait outside? I'll be there in a minute. I have to gather my stuff. Wilbur asked Tommy. Tommy nods but doesn't move. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you all upset at each other. Really. Don't even think like that. You have nothing to be sorry about. Tommy nods again and walks through the walls to get outside. While he waits, unable to feel the wind that's blowing, he tries his best to decide his next move. It's different for him. Trading impulsiveness for strategy. He used to have his friends to deal with all the thinking shit. But when he tries, he isn't half bad at knowing what has to be done. It's hard, though, because he feels like he's 13 all over again. Or 16, reeling in an empty hospital from loss. Or an hour until he's 17, tripping over the mess on his bedroom floor. There are moments that define people, moments where they have no control. This is a moment where he has no control, and he knows it's going to define him. Come on, Wilbur says, appearing next to him. He starts walking, leaving Tommy no choice but to follow. This is the wrong way, isn't it? I'm not about to make you walk to the furnaces, being a ghost and all. That's just fucked. They stay silent for a few minutes. Tommy starts to tune in to the sounds of the night. Wind, papers brushing on the street, the occasional car. I don't know why I didn't get ghost touch. You were more solid than I've ever seen you, so I took a risk. Wilbur interrupts the silence. When Tommy doesn't say anything, he continues. And Techno didn't actually mean that you're a liar. He's got his fair share of secrets, just like me. Just like everyone. He's just frustrated because he cares about you. We all do. But we want to be able to help you, so not getting anywhere is making him upset. But not at me, you said. Tommy questions. Never, Toms. Never at you. Even if everything is my fault. Is it? Wilbur manages to sound completely unbiased. Yes. Yes. No. Tommy doesn't know the right answer here. Yes. No, it's not. I don't care if you can't remember, or if you do, or if you just don't want to tell us. You shouldn't have to, and Techno shouldn't have pushed. Nor Phil, nor I. Tommy looks up, at the moon and stars. They're hard to see, but both with pollution and clouds. He's always loved the stars whenever he was out of the city. His friends, too. Tabu and Rambu, he says. No, he declares. Their names were Tabu and Rambu, and they died in a case. We were 16, and it was my fault. We were all kids, Toms. That can't be your fault. They wanted to go in the room, but I dropped my filings, so I sent them in all fucking alone. The Type 2 Revenant. Rambu got ghost locked, as good as dead. Tabu was cornered when I got there, and I had to fucking watch him light a flare to get rid of the ghost. All I did was stand there. Do nothing. No, I let them go in alone, so I caused it. It was an accident. You didn't know, but I should've. First goddamn rule, don't leave anyone alone. You didn't leave me alone in the house despite the fact I can't die. Because I'm 26, and we don't know that another ghost can't hurt you, Tommy. Tommy, it's not the same. What happened to your friends was a tragedy, but not your fault. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Wilbur combats. In the end, I tripped and fell out my window. Tripped. He repeats. You tripped and fell. I let my room become a mess. Didn't clean. Didn't bother moving from my bed until I absolutely had to. Tubbo fucking hated the place being messy. I couldn't clean. Just couldn't, you know? I caused them to die, and I quit ghost hunting. When Wilbur doesn't say anything, Tommy pushes forward. If you want me to leave, I just need my source and I can go. Why the hell would we want you to leave? He sounds pissed. And it surprises Tommy. Why wouldn't you want me to? I killed them, Will. I'm cursed. I could kill you and the others too. You're not cursed! Tommy, it was a fucking tragedy. A goddamn accident. It wasn't your fault. Wilbur grabs his arm gently, pulling him to a stop and making Tommy look at him. You need to know it wasn't your fault. How can you say that? You didn't know us when we were alive? No, but I know you now. It's not your fault, and it never was. You won't kill me or the others, I swear. Tommy holds eye contact for a moment before dropping it and looking to the ground. He seems to be telling the truth, or the truth as he believes it. How can you say that? His voice is barely loud enough to be heard. I can say it because it's the truth, especially with what you've told me. He nods, because he doesn't know what to say anymore. He can't change his mind. He can't get the image of shattered glass, white wisp, fearful eyes, and magnesium flare, discarded rapiers, blood out of his mind. It's stained, like the stubborn dab of paint on your favorite pair of pants. Is it okay if I tell the others what you've told me? Wilbur asks. He nods. Just, if they want me gone, tell me and I'll go. Nobody will want you gone. Nobody wants you gone. He swallows. After I tried to join other agencies. I didn't want to. It felt wrong. But DPRAG knew we were an illegal agency. So they tried to shove me in with legal ones. Not a single fucking one would take me. Not a single fucking one wanted me. Because I'm cursed, Will. Cursed. We want you. Forever and always. You can't promise that. Watch me. He runs a hand through his hair, tugging at it slightly. Where are we going? One second. Sorry, I'm doing something really important. My mom texted me. I'm sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Watch me. He runs a hand through his hand. Oh my god. He runs a hand through his hair, tugging at it slightly. Where are we going? If Wilbur cares about his abrupt subject change, he doesn't show it or anything. Tommy just can't talk about this anymore. Tubbo and Rambo were people you had to know to understand. Oh, I have no fucking clue. Wilbur is fiddling with Tommy's source, the video camera carefully being messed with. At least Tommy isn't here to witness this. The silence after the truth. Unfortunately, Wilbur is, and he sat next to Ted now, who looks increasingly more and more awkward as they all sit in silence on a couch in front of Phil. This was almost reminiscent of a father scolding his sons. They're all tucked into the attic, the most private place in the whole house. The cobwebs really set the scene, along with the musty furniture. Whoa, Wilbur murmurs, peering down at the now open video camera. Don't break it. Wilbur warns him. I'm not. It's just, I think this is Tommy. Living Tommy, that is. What? Phil and Techno crowd around Wilbur, staring down at the tiny screen that he popped out from the main body of the camcorder. There was a video there. Paused. Sure enough, the picture it showed was a boy that looked suspiciously like Tommy. I can't believe we never thought to see this video. The source had a video on it. Techno says, Do I play it? Wilbur asks. Phil? Techno defers. I don't know. Phil rubs a hand down his face. I don't know. I'm playing it. Wilbur decides. He'll feel guilty later. Immediately the sound blasts out of it. Oh, Tubbo! Tommy yells out, the camera focusing on himself. The hilt of a rapier is visible in the video. He's ghost hunting. More than that, a bag can be seen in the background right next to two others. Tommy. Tommy in it. A voice that isn't Tommy's says. The camera flips onto a shorter brown-haired kid who holds up his middle finger at the camera. Come on, Tubbs! We're waiting for the night. What's the harm in recording a little? I swear to God, if you bring another camera, I will cut out your screen and stick it on a pole. We hardly have enough to live. We can't afford to be placing all these goddamn cameras. Tommy laughs, somehow not intimidated by Tubbo in the slightest. I'm always careful. It's in my middle name. Right next to danger, of course. That feels like an oxymoron. A third boy enters the scene, and the camera swings to catch him. His hair is split-dyed white and black, and a similar color scheme mask covers the lower half of his face. The boy gives a small wave of the camera with a gloved hand. You're an oxymoron, Tommy fires back. That's not... Shh, boo boy. Years. And you still call me that, even when I ask you not to. He sighs. Sorry, Rambo. Just live with it, Rambo. Tubbo sighs. Anyways, anything you want to say to the camera, lads? Tommy asks. Tommy's a bully. Rambo informs the camera. I am not. If anything, that's Tubbo. Me? What have I done? No, do I really have to remind you about the goddamn robots that tried to kill us? Rambo nods, agreeing with Tommy. Those were horrible. How was I meant to know they tried to kill you guys? Because you decided to not try them out before taking them into a case, Rambo exclaims. Accidents happen. Accidents. You're full of shit, Tommy laughs. I am not. Oh yeah? Guys, come on. Rambo starts. It's too late, though. As Tubbo lunges at the camera and Tommy, even as Tommy goes down, he keeps laughing loudly. And under it, Tubbo's own laughter. The camera! Mind the camera! Rambo yells over the noise. Calm down, Rambo. Yeah, calm down, Tubbo mocks. There's a loud crunching noise and the screen goes black. Only static comes out of the camcorder now. Then suddenly, through wet distortion, fuck. It's one thing to know someone after death, and another to see them before death. Tommy, with his friends, sounded happy. Wilbur's seen that happiness before in Tommy, when they're joking around, or when Tommy broke all their eggs while trying to cook with Phil. That's why his source is his camera. Wilbur says, Shut it off. Well, Phil orders, We don't tell him you watch that. Not a word. Got it? They fixed the camera. Techno notes. What's that have to do with anything? Wilbur asked. It's just interesting. Something to note. Here's something to note. Those are his friends, Tubbo and Rambo. Wilbur stares down at the camera in his hands. The bench trio before a hunt. Why exactly would they repair the camera? Why was Tommy filming anyways? Techno presses on. Because he enjoyed it. It was fun. Phil answered. He was being a kid. We're going to help him be a kid again. A living one. Wilbur immediately insists. We'll buy him a new camera when he's living too. And all we have to do is figure out how to turn him living. Techno demands. What do we do? This is bad. From the second they stepped into the old house, the ghost has been terrorizing them. Terrorizing, then attacking. And of course it was in the biggest room. A goddamn ballroom. Practically everyone was scattered around the giant room, each trying their best to stay alive. The ghost didn't seem to give a shit that Tommy wasn't living either. Techno had been hard targeted first. He had a decent talent on everything, meaning by targeting him, almost everyone else knew what was happening too. Wilbur was next, sounds upon sounds, making him dread turning a corner. Then Phil, assaulting him with visions when he trailed a hand along a banister to fuse his touch. Then the ghost jumped out and tried to murder them all. Flare! Someone throw a flare! Wilbur yells, scrambling to avoid the shadows excreting from the ghost. Tommy isn't in the habit of judging ghosts, but he can say with certainty, this one isn't pretty. Some woman, her hair occasionally turning into tentacle-like appendages to try and strangle them. Flare incoming! Techno yells back, the loudest Phil's ever heard him, and it sails through the air at the lane between Wilbur and the ghost. With the ghost distracted, Wilbur ducks behind a pillar. I'm out of flares! Techno reports. Phil and Wilbur seem to also be out. They're fucked. They need to get out or they'll be even more fucked. Everyone out! Phil announces. Bit of a problem with that. Techno replies back. His rapier is gone, stuck in the wall far above them all. He's the one the ghost is prowling after now, and Tommy is very thankful that he can phase through walls and floors to get away from it. He's seen this before. He's seen how this will end. Everyone run for the door! I'll distract it! Techno steps out his hiding. Wilbur steps out his hiding spot, brandishing his rapier. Hey, bitch! The ghost is bearing down on him before he can say another word. Before he expertly jumps into a series of moves to keep it at bay. Nobody hesitates to take the chance, ducking out of the room to the iron chain circle out the door. Tommy, though, remains. When the ghost presses down on Wilbur too much, he fires a spark of electricity at it. It's what he's been doing for the entirety of the fight. His sparks didn't do much, just distracted it for a moment. A moment was enough to save a life, though. Wilbur recovers from his awkward, crouching position, and Tommy slowly backs up from the approaching ghost. We can talk about this? He tries fruitlessly. The ghost's hair flings out towards him, faster than he can even see. Wrapping around his arm, it hurts, making him cry out both in pain and surprise. Wilbur slices through the hair strand, though, engaging with the ghost once again. Go! He shouts over his shoulder. Tommy's arm is bleeding, a swirl from everywhere the hair touched him. So this ghost could kill him, hurt him. He retreats, hovering by the door, waiting for Wilbur to turn tail and run so he could help shut them. Wilbur's trying to back up to the door, but the ghost keeps hurting him closer to a wall. This isn't a second where he falters, though, just keeps rolling the rapier into the ghost. He should have given me that rapier. I'm better at it than him. Techno murmurs, pushing as Wilbur backs up a step. And then a gust of wind so strong, it blows Tommy through a wall hits. When he faces back through, Wilbur's rapier is on the ground 20 feet in front of him. It's blocked by the ghost, which has finally sensed victory. He doesn't look fearful. There isn't a hint of hesitation on his face. Instead, he's the picture-perfect ghost hunter, a hero even, a brother. Fist up, a cocky look despite his missing rapier standing. Even as the ghost leers, he doesn't falter. It's like he doesn't know the word defeat. Knowing Wilbur, he'd probably say he doesn't. Tommy does, though, and Tommy is terrified. This is his curse. This is his curse, and he can't let it come true. Not through Wilbur or any of the sleeping boys. Will! Moving before he knows what he's doing, calling upon every bit of Type 4 supernatural strength he didn't know he had, he flies towards that stupid fucking ghost. It turns towards him, and when they connect, all Tommy hopes is that this worked. Even if the ghost didn't kill him, the way he collided with the wall. Don't say that. He'll be fine. He's a ghost. He's won't. I don't think he's a ghost anymore. You're not getting ghost touch. He's solid. He hit the wall. He didn't go through it. I didn't get ghost touch before. It doesn't matter. Tech, come on. How do we help a ghost? I don't know. Tommy draws in a breath, awareness flooding through his veins. His head is on someone's lap. The feeling is anything to go by. Oh my god, holy shit, he's breathing. Tommy, come on, open your eyes for me. It's Wilbur, and Phil, and Techno. Oh, it must not have worked then. He jumped at the ghost to them, him, and it was all for nothing. Now they're all dead. You don't get to fucking die again. That's just unfair. A voice he recognizes as Wilbur says, Wait, he's not dead. And he can feel the chill of the floor, the warmth of the person's lap he's in. He's not a ghost anymore. Tommy opens his eyes, flying upwards into a sitting position. 2 people are huddled around him, with only one face missing. Damn. I really thought I could escape from you guys, Tommy jokes, falling back on comedy. You motherfucker! He exclaims, the missing face. He's behind Tommy. You never get to do that again. Got it? Never. Phil glares at Tommy. Hey, I'm alive, aren't I? Wilbur hugs Tommy, practically lunging at him to wrap his arms around Tommy and squeeze the life he just regained from him. He doesn't mind, just wrapping his arms around him in return. We thought you died. Pull that shit again, I will kill myself to fuck with you as a ghost, Wilbur promises. Actually, I think I'll live. As he says it, he realizes how true it is. In a matter of few months, he's rediscovered how to be happy. And as a ghost, as that. Wilbur lets him go. and helps him stand up. He immediately almost topples over, making Wilbur snicker. Piss off, he exclaims, and Wilbur wraps an arm around him to support him. Where'd the ghost go? You killed it, mate. Phil tells him. You both just exploded, Techno confirms. It was kind of fascinating. If you remember anything, I'd love to hear it. Phil holds out Tommy's source to him, and Tommy takes it. The weight is lighter than he remembers. Ghosts can't manipulate their own sources. This is confirmation. He's no longer a ghost. I don't. Seriously this time. I need a 13-hour nap. Wilbur groans, weighing down on Tommy. Home? Really? You don't want to go another round? Phil asks. I'm going to kill you if Phil's in Minecraft. Phil's in Minecraft? Tommy asks. I'll explain on the way home. Wilbur promises. No, you won't. You're a little shit who will tell the story wrong. Phil rolls his eyes affectionately. I'm not a ghost anymore. I can leave now. Tommy says carefully. Don't be stupid, Toms. Living or ghost, you're one of us. Our home is yours, if you want it to be. The tension he didn't know he had seeps out of him, and he gives a tired grin. I want it to be. And I'm really tired. Who would have thought gaining a heartbeat would make me tired? More incentive to get home quick, Phil says. We aren't going to grab the source? Techno asks. Tommy's jaw drops, and he's about to say something, probably swears, when he realizes Techno is joking. You dickhead, he exclaims. Boys, don't antagonize each other. Phil sighs. God, is this what I have to deal with all the time now? He grins. I can't wait. What is this? Tommy asks. Wilbur grins at him. Open it and find out. Tommy weighs the box in his hand before opening it, carefully taking the lid off like something will jump out at him. If Wilbur put a fucking spider in here, he'll kill him. But there's no spider in there. He lifts the object out, letting the light hit the camcorder and reflect off the lens. You can record again if you want. Phil calls it healing. It's a newer model than a source. Tommy finds himself itching to open it up, turn it on. What do you think? Wilbur asks. I think we need to prank Techno. What? Wilbur blinks at Tommy surprised. I need someone to record, don't I? Come on, Will. Don't be fucking slow. You little... Ah! That was so good. Thank you so much to ICHoR for letting me read this. Do not forget to go and go support them. Go read the other fics. I bet they're amazing. I don't think I've read any of them, but this is by far one of my favorite fics I've read in a while. I've already read it. It's my third time reading it. Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me read this, and don't forget to like and subscribe, which would really help out. And maybe you can share this video with your friends and look at my other videos. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!